Hey everyone, I just got done doing some MMA sparring, and I'm here with JW Raw, getting ready to go on the podcast. If you guys want to tune into the podcast, go ahead and do so. Hey, what's the podcast?
You can tune in on Facebook.
You can tune in on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch. How do they? What is the link that they have to
go to? Jackson Wink MMA.
So go to Jackson Wink. I'm gonna type it in. Jackson Wink MMA, and we're gonna be MMA.
Yeah.
.com.
.com.
Go to jacksonwink.com for the podcast. I'm gonna be doing it live on here as well. Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right. Let's see if this is accurate. How do I do you know how to post and keep it posted? Like keep it posted up at the top on my live feed.
No. Just don't turn it, man.
Baby, where am I sitting?
Because
let me give you a little tour of this little area. Okay, guys, here we go. This is the tour. Look at so Holly Holm got a little sailor hat on.
Yeah, my head.
Yeah, that is such an awesome picture. Guys, look at that face. It's the face of victory. There's Diego Sanchez.
Who's that?
Coach Jackson, Coach Wick. Oh, who's that? Who is that? Karate Hottie. Karate. Misha.
Yo.
Say hi, introduce yourself.
Hi, Misha's here.
Misha's here.
General Manager.
Say hi, Mark.
I guess.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
And
Nick. Tech guy.
Tech guy.
That's what he's forever tech guy. Alistair called him tech guy.
Who's this hottie? Who's this hottie over here?
That's a retro, early 2000s.
Hi.
Throwback Thursday.
And then we got this, of course. Look at that. Look at how strategically.
We got a good story with Wink. Did we tell you that?
No.
Wink.
So Wink was in here one day looking at he's taking a tour when we first built it, and he saw this, and he's like, I don't want to look at that. So he turns it around. He's like,
You know how Wink is about that stuff.
Oh, that is pretty hilarious. All right, guys, I'm gonna flip it back over. Where am I sitting?
yeah, right there.
I'll sit right here. All right, and what is this we got here?
You're gonna have to take some shots.
You guys, there's a snake. What kind of? Oh my gosh! What kind of snake is that?
I brought it from Japan a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh! Have you had a sip of it?
No, we're all afraid.
We're waiting for
Dr. Bo.
We're waiting for the first one.
You guys.
Dr. Bo
Actually,
said
we're bringing
Yeah.
Dr. Bro and the crew, and we're all going to take a shot
Dr.
that
Bo and the crew. You guys.
day.
Sound like who did I sound like when I said that? Guys. I give you show. Who is that?
Andre.
No! Gennady.
Gennady.
Triple G.
Oh,
You guys, I give you show.
I give you show.
I give
There's
you
your
show.
headphones.
Okay, let me see if I can get this correct, Amando. Alright, I don't know if you can. It's gonna swivel back into me. Whoop! Okay, here we go, guys.
You can see your position right here, Michelle.
Okay, you guys, you want to tune into the podcast? It's at jacksonwinkmma.com. You guys,
No, JacksonWinkMMA.com.
no,
Social media.
that's what Mark told me.
No, I said social media, Jackson Wink.
Just keep the mic.
Facebook,
Twitter,
Right there.
or YouTube.
Okay,
Nobody watches on YouTube, but
But we want people watching there.
okay. So, what is the
Jackson Wink, just Jackson Wink.
Jackson Wink MMA.
Jackson Wink MMA?
Or they can go to jacksonwink.com and all the social media is on there, and then they can pick whichever one they want to watch.
But if you want to watch it on Facebook, for example, just go to our Jackson Wink page.
Is it on because how I listen to my podcast, I go on to. What do I do?
We're not on iTunes.
You're not on iTunes. What about the other one?
We'll get there.
We're not that fancy yet.
You're not that fancy?
We're skipping the paid platform. We're doing it for free. Actually.
No, we got sponsored. What are you talking about?
No. But
Let's see
you
what
have
the fun
to pay.
stuff.
They pay you on the podcast. If you put it on those Apple iTunes, they pay you.
Hey, if you
If
guys,
someone buys them.
so if you guys have anything you want to ask or anything, go ahead and put it on the comments below. I'll try to check in every now and then. You can ask Misha or Mark.
Let's test the mics. Just because it's about 12.
Yep. Mark, let me hear you.
Hello.
Hi, Maximo from the Bay.
Face. Oops.
Let me get you, Alicia.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4.
And Michelle.
Jackson. So there it is. Jackson Wink.
So how often is the podcast up?
Once a week we do it.
Once a week?
Special
Show-
days, Thursdays.
Show them this this page because that's how you get to the
Okay.
podcast.
So you can go to Jackson Wink MMA on Facebook. I'm about to flip this over so you guys can take a look at that. Okay, so Jackson Wink MMA,
And then you click on it,
and then you're just going to click on that right there.
and it will say live coming soon. It'll pop up here in a sec. It'll say we are live now.
And then it'll say, we are live now, popping up, and then you just click on that. We are live.
Yeah, it should be coming up. The live message should be coming up any minute.
So
now.
the live message should be
But
coming
at
up
least
any
there's the
minute
page.
now.
That's what it looks like.
So somebody says, I have one major question. How does it feel to congratulate Rose but still know you want that title? Oh!
We'll talk about
Save
it.
that for the
We'll
show.
talk about it for the show. Just stay tuned.
Tune in.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right, guys. Stay tuned. We're keeping it live.
We are going to answer that. I promise.
We were going to have a special guest today, but Misha slacking.
What special? Who?
Who's going to be our special guest?
He's a special guest.
You.
The other special guest.
Oh, the goat.
Oh, the goat, yeah. Well, it wasn't me slacking, that guy.
No, it's the owner of the goat.
The owner of the goat was moving this week,
Yeah.
and they didn't have a
Technical
crate or a
difficulties.
leash.
I have a leash at home.
Yeah, I got a dog leash. It would've
No, they
worked.
I
want-
have a
They
Great
want like
Dane
a
at
chain-
home. I have a
Oh,
leash.
The chain
that
link?
would've
We
been
should have burned. He'll eat it.
Oh, dang it. We got protein all over the floor.
perfect. Oh, bad girl.
Michelle, what are you doing?
You're causing work for what's her. For
That guy.
Cleaning
That guy. Hit them up. Don't worry, we'll clean up later. No big deal.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
You guys, we're here at the Jackson Wink Institute. It's not, not an institute. What do we call that? Jackson Wink Academy?
Yeah.
The Jackson Wink Academy. That's where we're hanging out, and there's everything's here, right? So we have the gym downstairs.
all in one.
We just opened up a new space on the right side of the cages, so we got even more mat space. And then up top, we got dorms, we got this cool little podcast area, and then we have chiropractic office, we have nutrition office, we got everything.
Yep.
One stop shop.
We have Michelle.
We have a store downstairs to buy merchandise.
There's a
Some of your
merchandise
very
store.
own merch down there.
Couple weeks out, guys. We're gonna be fighting in Detroit, December 2nd.
Fight City.
Let's go, Nick. What's up, man? It's a hold up. Oh, 11:57.
Are we waiting? It's a final countdown.
Please speed up time. Can you call
Yeah, we'll
Father
start-
Time?
So my Russian head?
We'll start the stream so people can see the live and start subscribing.
There you go.
So the mics are going to be killed.
You guys gotta subscribe. Tell us about your training. I will.
Yeah, they can ask.
Something's vibrating.
Yeah, that's
about to
Twitter.
come on,
That's
Michelle.
Twitter telling the world that the episode Up with Michelle is about to go live. And now,
All right, we can go a little bit early if you guys want.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, stand by.
standing by to stand by.
We are live.
We are live. Hello, world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, or wherever you are watching. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. I am Mark. This is Misha.
Misha's here.
We are very excited today because we have in studio with us Michelle, the karate hottie, Waterson.
Making a mess on our desk.
You guys you got me right after practice.
Yes, so you're excused.
So I'm excused.
Literally 30 minutes ago, you were sparring down there.
I didn't even get to shower.
I know.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
I don't want to know. Who's
Use
this?
John's sweaty.
I am not. I'm not wiping the table down with John's famous
sweaty,
wraps.
Yeah.
No way,
Sweaty hand
Jose.
wraps. So, this is episode 8, and guys, we appreciate you tuning in wherever you're tuning in. we love you guys for it. We try to bring some cool people in from downstairs every once in a while. Today we got Michelle. We're going to talk to her about her upcoming fight in Detroit. And what other little fun facts that we can get out of her. So get some questions ready. She's live streaming on her own personal social media stuff. So
I am live streaming. You want to follow me, Karate Hottie MMA.
there you go. Good
Karate.
plug. So how's practice today?
It was good. Today was MMA day, so we did, light on the striking, heavy on the grappling, but that never pans out.
Just go balls out.
Especially you girls, man. You guys are hardcore.
Yeah, it's like pay-per-view event every single day.
Love
You
it.
think so?
Ah,
You're furious.
I think it's more just the little people. Not just the girls.
Most of the girls kind of, I
Really?
guess it comes with the speed, right? Because everything happens so fast.
Speed equals power?
Yeah, you just guys go.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
watching you and Celine and Holly and now Von Hell and all you girls are just tough. I love watching you guys. It's impressive and
Thank you.
It humbles all of us.
Sometimes you'll think like where that's coming from, you know what I'm saying?
Where's that rage
I don't
come
know.
from?
I don't know what it is. Sometimes I feel like, well, I know from like me personally, I felt like, especially when I first started, fighting, that I kind of had to earn my keep, and I had to prove to everybody that this is, what I wanted. This is what I should be doing. This, that I wasn't just there for other reasons. So. For a while, that's how it was. I mean, I've been fighting for 10 years now, so I'm kind of over that.
Now you have to actually upkeep it, so kind of like protect your reputation. Like,
It's crazy.
It never ends.
It's crazy to think that I've been with, Jackson Wink for 10 years now, and there are these young guns coming in, and they've been watching me fight for that long, and they're coming in trying
Even
to.
though she
prove
still
themselves.
looks like she's 10 years younger than she really is. I don't know if it's all that fighting or if it's the Asian blood or what it is.
Cardio.
There you go, the cardio. So you actually started fighting 10 years ago, and it's no secret that you were doing some modeling before that. Proof of that is actually in our current body issue right in front of us that everyone stares at when they come here and hear it. It's pretty cool. Cool to be on the cover of that.
Yeah. So how that played out, Michelle? Like, how did you convince yourself this is something you're gonna do? Because it's one of those, exposing yourself to the world is not the easiest thing, especially when you're not used to doing that, like in that way.
For sure. I feel like it's more nerve-wracking to get, choked out or knocked out in front of millions of people. But, yeah, I mean, fighting in itself makes you a vulnerable person. But I feel like by making yourself vulnerable, doing things that are outside of your comfort zone, it makes you a stronger person, and it makes you more comfortable with yourself and who you are. And if you just kind of strip it all down to the core of it all, and you're still comfortable with who you are, then there's really nothing that can faze you. So that's kind of how I looked at it.
Stripping down, I like how she threw that in there.
You definitely won the internet with that one, though.
Yeah, you did. You broke the internet for a day when you posted that.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't even know that was the picture they're going to use.
Yeah, I remember talking about it.
They didn't tell me. They didn't even tell me. They didn't tell me it was going to be on the cover until the week before. And we're like, what? We freaked out, and then they didn't send us the picture that they were going to post until the night before they had revealed it.
Yeah. How did Josh go with it?
We talked about it, and you can't say no to ESPN Body Issue.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. It's something that's going to go down in history, and so for me, it's kind of like a checklist off of my career, something that I can be proud to look back on when I'm 60, 70 years old and say, I worked hard for that body, and that body was my machine. That was my killing machine.
Yeah.
It's and you are a machine. I see you. I must live near you because I see you running up.
But did you beep at me the other day? I was like,
with that horn with the horn that he had,
you saw that great pickup truck drive by.
I almost flipped somebody off. Like,
I was waiting for you to flip me off so I could turn around and yell at you.
You gave me a heart attack yesterday with that thing. I'm like, Mark, why, man? Why?
And yesterday I was driving in. Did I tell you this? I was driving my car yesterday and I stopped at the stoplight and I looked over and there was this guy masturbating.
No.
Yes. I did not know what to do.
Keep driving.
No, it was
Wow.
I think I was on Paseo del Norte.
They didn't know it was you. They were just doing it.
No, he was going to town, and
Wow.
and I thought maybe he was like packing the thing of cigarettes or something, and then lo and behold, it was his penis.
Packing some cigarettes.
I was like frozen, and
no.
and then I couldn't move because I didn't want to look back, and I let him take off, and I was just like, what do I do? And he
Young
was
guy,
like,
older guy?
he was probably in his like mid-40s.
Well,
And he was like swerving in the lanes, and I was like, this guy is...
Wow. See, he would have been pulled over for being drunk or on drugs, and it was totally something else.
Would you arrest him for that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's horrible.
I was just like,
They
what is
could've-
this guy
Albuquerque.
doing?
Never do a moment in Albuquerque.
Thankfully, you didn't have your daughter with you.
Like, I understand
because that would've been
picking your
hard to-
nose or something, you know, but come
Everyone
on.
does that.
Car's made for that.
Exactly. That's why you tint your windows. But-
Maybe that
but-
guy needed some tinted
But
windows.
flat out masturbation.
Dude, he wasn't like, he just had like a really nonchalant face, like just...
Well, they say it's healthy for you. Maybe he's just like...
Well, yeah.
try to get
But
himself
come on,
in
in your car, and then like when you like climax, what are you gonna do with the stuff? Like,
Well, the seats are probably pretty nasty. There's a lot of DNA samples in
And
there.
I did not expect this to
Can't wait. The things you see when you're driving. We're going to start hooking up a GoPro camera on your car. Sounds like you see some crazy stuff.
no, dude. Yeah, but Albuquerque. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, we're known for a lot of stuff, but not that one yet. But now we just put ourselves on the map
topped
for
it off.
masturbating drivers.
What don't we have
Jeez.
over here?
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Michelle, you think Cobb is gonna get a call to fight for belt? I know
The
they're
internet's
talking about
abuzz right now.
I hope so.
it. I hope so too. Right?
I really hope so. Cub, you know, he's been a part of the UFC for such a long time. He's a fan favorite. He's kind of like, well, I'm not going to say he's kind of like Lando. I'm going to say Lando's kind of like him in the fact that, you know, no, he's never had a dull fight. You know, all of his fights are entertaining. He likes to throw down.
That's so true.
And he's very versatile.
Yeah.
He has good boxing, good kicks, good jiu-jitsu.
Everything.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the world has seen how good his jiu-jitsu
full
is.
potential,
Yeah,
yeah.
because he likes to stand and bang, you know. And with him
Probably
just
good
having
dude,
his
man.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the ground with him. We were literally 20 minutes ago talking to him downstairs, and
He
about
said,
that.
I just talked to Dana.
Yeah,
So-
the card that he was originally going to be on is kind of falling apart. It sounds like.
Because
so.
Who would he be fighting? He would be fighting-
the Ortega guy. But the thing is that because he wasn't the main event on that card, so they kind of
Yeah,
like
he was the
if they push him on that card, then they have to scratch the other card, and you know how UFC was scratching cards and stuff.
Jermaine,
It's kind of
Jermaine
he's in a
Sterling
weird.
has dropped out, I guess, and it's just I guess the whole card is just falling apart.
Just,
now.
yeah, one of those things.
So there's a chance, but yeah, Dana White, they talked to each other this morning, and Shelby, they're working on it.
make that money, Cub.
They want to
It's
say
like his last fight too,
Yep.
so that's his last fight.
Oh, his on his contract.
That's his last
Yeah.
contract. So that's one of those
Oh.
things where like.
so many
How's
variables.
how is it going to play out? Like, what are they going to... You saw my post yesterday on Instagram? And I posted
I
it.
have not been
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah,
I've been
same.
in the grind. I've been in the shadow.
Not everyone lives on Instagram like this guy.
I'm recruiting, man. I'm recruiting people.
I usually am pretty good at social media, but just this
Yeah.
camp I've been.
Speaking of, come on, where's our friend?
Sometimes
Where's Yaya? Come on.
Master Yaya.
Haven't seen her in so long. We're like waiting for the next episode. It's like we were talking to Alistair with his episodes, but Master Yaya is really
it has a
entertaining.
life on its own at this
Yeah.
point.
I know. Everybody's been asking me about it.
Where'd she go?
It's brewing up. The real Master Yaya is coming on Sunday.
She's on vacation right now.
There she goes.
I've just been, you know, really, really busy. I just got a new house, and
Congrats.
thank you.
Yeah, got a little closer to the mountain, it looked like.
A little
That's
closer
cool.
to the mountains, yeah, a little
Nice.
bit more space. So just been doing that and training for this fight. You know, I really want to get back in there and get back in the win column. Extra motivated after this weekend's event.
It's somebody actually that reminds me. One of your fans on your personal Instagram or Twitter or something just asked, well, how do you feel about how do you feel about congratulating Rose after that fight? After she beat you, what is that? How do you feel about that?
You know, all of us are in this sport for the same reason, because we are passionate about martial arts, and I think at Rose especially because, you know, both of us come from a martial art background. We grew up doing martial arts with the foundation of it being honor and respect, and you know, I respect her for being a fighter, and she just so much goes into fighting, so much sacrifice, so much time, so much effort, so much focus, and to beat Joanna in the fashion that she did, there was no way that I couldn't congratulate her. Come on, you guys, are you kidding me?
The way it happened, just like you.
As much as I want a rematch, I'm not gonna not congratulate her, dude. Like, her focus.
It's sportsmanship to begin with. Like,
yeah.
Why wouldn't you, man?
Why wouldn't I?
Why you gonna be a hater?
And I like her post-speech. Speech too. It's like, hey, stop hating, man. Like,
it's about as humble as it gets.
People more into this, you know, hyping it up, this and that. It's kind of understandable because themselves after, like, McGregor era, you know, everyone is just like trying to stir the pot, you know, but. You know,
but it works, you know.
It works, but with traditional martial arts too. Like if you come from that background, you know, yes, it is a show, but at the same time, it's fine line, I guess the way I see it.
It
you
is
almost
a really
have to
fine
do it, but
line.
it's like I don't want to do it. I don't want to talk shit. I just want to fight, get paid, and go home.
You have to have some type of killer instinct in you to want to punch somebody in the face.
Yeah.
You know, so it is a fine line that you're treading, and I think that Rose did it really well. But like I said, you can't hate on the trash talkers either, because it's the yin and yang. You need the dark and the light. You can't just have, you know, all good people. That's boring as shit. You know, you can't have all shit talkers, because then you get annoyed by it.
Then you're not gonna watch it anymore.
You know, you have to have the good and the bad. You have to have the villains, and you have to have the superheroes.
Which one do you see yourself as?
I'm definitely. I'm not a good shit talker. I wish I was.
Remember we were flying in the plane to LA. We were talking about it. I remember, like how do you come up with the image, and like what do you go after? Like, what example do you set for your children? And things like that. Like Johnny Hendrick was talking about. Like, hey, I have 4 kids. You know, like what am I gonna? You know, I can't be like that. Like I can't portray that image on them, because it's how they're gonna act when they grow up.
Exactly.
So it's like when you have kids.
Yeah, there's got to be a ripple effect, because then your kids are going to get bullied and stuff.
Like even look at Conor McGregor, he just had the baby, right? You don't even hear him talking about anything.
Yeah.
Just like,
it changes your life.
Yeah, probably. He's just like.
It does change your life.
I did what I did, made millions of dollars with the way I did it, and like, do I really need to do it? You know, like, who knows? Maybe he'll come out again and start being that way, but at the same time, it's like.
Yeah, but I love fighting, and I love MMA because I feel like the resistance, the struggle, that is necessary too. You know, the violence. I mean, as much as we don't want to face the facts, like, that's the world. The world is a very violent place, and you have to learn how to get about the world in, you know, with it being that way, and still try to pursue happiness, you know. And that's why I love fighting, because it forces you to face your fears. It forces you to, you know, to do these things that make you uncomfortable, and you can't complain about it. You can't complain about it. You either buck up and you know, and fight your fight, or you get submitted.
There you go.
I think this sport makes us so humble. I always say, like, hey, if everyone trained, like even jiu-jitsu, there'll be so much peace in this world.
100%. It puts you in your place.
It will put you, because, you know, you have someone like Barata standing in front of you. You could be this hulking monster, and then he'll turn into pretzel, and you'd be like,
exactly.
If
I would see someone like Barata on the
everyone
streets,
trained, there would be no wars, there would be no conflicts, everyone would be like, you know, polite, because you never know who is sitting in front of you. It's like,
watch your mouth,
yeah, watch your mouth. You, like, you know, respect each other, and you know, you fight for a common cause and do the right things. Plus, you have sense of accomplishments. You have no energy after the fight. Stupid stuff.
Exactly.
You finish it. You go home happy. You feel accomplished. You feel good. You take
Got
a shower.
your aggression out.
Yeah, you know your body feels sore. You know, like you know how it is. If it doesn't, your body doesn't feel sore, something's not right. You know, especially from training.
Then you're caught on the streets in your car masturbating.
Then you have that.
You have other ways to release stress. Yeah, exactly. If you're not doing jiu-jitsu, you got to do something. You know?
And cut weight.
That guy need to do jujitsu, just not here.
Yeah, this guy was in a bad mood for a month straight when he hurt his back because he wasn't
3
able.
months.
Yeah, I could definitely tell
we
your
were all on
energy
edge.
was off.
We were all on edge. He was yelling at everybody and breaking shit. And he was out of control. What the hell's wrong with you? Well, I haven't trained in months.
Yeah, you need to punch somebody in the face sometimes.
Yeah.
Or choke them.
Or choke them, yeah. No, like that's what my husband says all the time because he used to box for the Air Force, and then he, had a really short boxing career after that, and it just simplifies everything, right? Because if you got a problem, then you hash it out in the cage, and then it's over. You spat, you leave it, and you kind of have like established where your role is after that. But now he's, he is in the business world, and so many people get away with so much stuff, just kind of like what you were saying. It's not like you have a problem with somebody and you're like, all right, put the gloves on, let's go. You really want to talk all this shit, you think you're big and bad, but then you get in the cage and you realize that you're really not. You can't do that in the real world, like with people in business suits and stuff like that, because a lot of people in the business suits, like, they run their mouths, but...
They're ruthless, too.
Yeah,
like, business world is ruthless. They'll
it's
put
ruthless.
you down, they'll step over you, man, if
Yeah.
you're not moving at the same pace, man.
So it's hard to find that he's telling me it's a little harder to find like a sense of brotherhood in that realm because
it's a dog eats world.
That's exactly
dog
it.
eats dog world type of thing. Right?
Yeah, they're in it for themselves. Once you get into that corporate world, nobody.
When do you get the loyalty? Like, how do you find the loyalty?
None. I worked in corporate world for many years, man. It's the most freaking,
Whereas we in this gym, we do see ourselves as a team. Whatever your role is, it brings everyone close together like that, and we're not out to prove anyone is better than each other.
I'm happy.
I think we all want to get better, and that's what it is. It's like, dang, she got the better of me in this round. Next week, that's going to be my incentive to get better.
For
and
that not to happen again.
Exactly, and it's like this. It's like a push and a pull, and you get better as you climb up the ladder.
No matter how good you are, there's always something to learn. That's what's crazy about this sport.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always someone better is going to show up, is going to put it on you, and make you want to work harder so that doesn't happen again. That's how I see it. That's why this sport is so addictive, that you just want to get to the next level, especially like with jiu-jitsu, with belts and stuff. But like with MMA, you have obviously a big fight coming up, so a lot at stake. But yeah,
don't remind me.
No, but
we're not talking about you. That's the past. We've moved on from that.
No, but hey, listen, like
could happen.
You can talk about it, right?
Yeah.
What happened. That's I think in your case it was just a technical mistake, like that turned the way you turned, just like because you're under the bright lights. And I mean, I didn't fight in the cage. I competed in sambo and jiu-jitsu, but even though like when you in that like spotlight. Just there's so much going on through your head. It's just like it's so for those people to talk and say to experience something like this is out of this world. It's you and only you and no one else.
Exactly.
And then I mean you have your corner, obviously you have your support and stuff, but it ultimately comes down to you being in that spotlight. It's all on you, not like a team sport where you can hide behind your teammates. And, like
I take it very personal when anyone from our team loses.
Do you?
It's hard.
Me too, man. I stopped watching fights. Michelle,
really?
I stopped watching fights.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
My heart, especially when Holly is fighting, like my heart, like I'm having like seizures.
Yeah, you had like a panic attack.
Yeah, I have panic attacks. I'm like this. I'm
we've
like
been
this.
live for a couple of Holly's fights.
I stopped watching fights. Period.
It's hard. I think too for me the longer that I've been fighting before. You see like a really, really good knockout, and you're like, oh, and you get excited and you jump up and down. And now, like, I see a knockout, I'm like, fuck. even if it's like my teammate doing it to somebody else, because
Still,
like at the end of the day, like a fighter's a fighter, a person's a person, and that fool just got knocked out, and they're on the ground
Like you
laid
saw
out.
that guy in the Bellator with that flying knee, that thing, literally something
Yeah,
like he was
within the 15
dead.
seconds or something.
Oh my God! Just like he's
He
not.
just-
I reposted it. He's not our team still, but you're like, oh shit. That's like a career-ending type of knockout, man. Like, what
Was
is
he
that?
okay?
I don't know. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, we didn't even follow up with it. I don't know, but to watch it, I mean, it's a great visual thing. Yeah, everyone wants to talk about it, and holy cow, that was impressive.
It's a brutal sport, man.
But on the other end, you're thinking, man, that poor guy, man, that could have been a career-ending hit.
Think
But
of
we
the
all
damage.
do it,
Think of
you
the
know.
damage you will have. How do you live with that? Like, you get choked out, or you do whatever, you lose, and stuff like that. That hurts. But this. Oof.
Yeah, but that's why we,
couldn't
you know,
imagine.
that's why we
what you
choose
signed
to
up
do
for.
for it. Yeah, it's a huge, you know, the risk reward. You know, it's that kind of like living on the edge type thing. You know, it's there's nothing else that's going to give you the type of adrenaline rush that.
Better that than sitting behind the desk in 95.
Keyboard warrior.
Or being that. Full-time job. Some people have.
It takes these keyboard warriors so
I
personal.
stopped responding, man. I got in trouble.
We had to finally shut him down.
I stopped responding. I'll post, but I won't respond. I won't even read comments anymore.
He has this bad habit
Yeah.
of reading.
And they were saying that, you know,
comment.
sometimes it's good to read the bad comments and to just like let them like just process them. Like, okay, that's how you feel. And a lot of times when people are like saying mean things, it's because they have some insecurities of themselves and they're just projecting it, and you just have to kind of just like let it roll off. But what I do is I just like I'll read the comment, and if it gets my blood boiling a little bit, I'll just go to their page and I just block them.
Well, just I know a little bit about psychology. From a psychology standpoint, it's people that they just want you to respond.
Exactly.
They're just waiting for you to
Efficient.
just call them out and say you're an idiot or whatever.
Yeah.
Even if you call them an idiot, the fact that you answered them is going to make they're going to be so happy.
But there's so many
they
people-
noticed me.
Yeah, but there's so many people that leave nice messages. So
it's
how fucked up is it? Oh, sorry, Mike. Can I
No,
say
yeah,
that?
we're,
That-
JW Raw.
we're very raw.
How how fucked up is it
We
if
drowned a snake for God's sake.
you have so many like all these people leaving nice comments and you know what you like them, but you don't respond back, and then somebody says something mean about you and you respond back. You know, it shouldn't work that way.
No, but actually, I do respond when people say thank you for your support, and I like them. In this day and age, even if you like it, they're like, you like my comment? Yeah, man, my day is made, man.
It's all about likes. It's
You
all
know,
about
it's all about
likes.
likes, man.
It's all about likes on social media. Wink makes fun of it so much.
And I by accident liked the racial comment by accident, like, because, and the whole world turned upside down.
Misha,
because they liked.
Misha.
With that, it was the craziest thing ever.
You guys, that's the whole race thing confuses me because
Race baiters. We call them race baiters. People bait you into that. So
you
they
guys, like to me, everybody, like we're all human.
course.
We all breathe the same blood.
100%.
My blood's the same blood as yours. You all breathe the same air. Like one of these days, there's gonna be some aliens that aren't like us, and then we're gonna have to come together, and it's gonna be sooner than later. I mean, that's just my conspiracy theories over here.
Whoever built those pyramids, they're coming back someday.
Those are like the spaceports.
They really are. There's something. I just found another tunnel. I was just reading about it. There's another cavern inside of one of those
Oh my gosh,
tunnels.
I believe
don't know what's
it.
going on in there. So I don't know.
Well, do you believe in aliens, Nation?
No.
What?
No,
You're out of control.
He doesn't believe in anything.
I'm a realist, man. Like,
I thought you were Russian.
okay, so we're Russian.
He's a realist, but he wants to solve gun crime in a day. So
I don't want to sell it. No, stop with that gun. Don't get me started.
Here we go. Here we go.
No, but like aliens, I mean, like, listen, wouldn't we have a contact with them already by now, man? It's how many years?
Well,
It's
why
been
would
since-
you want to talk to us? I mean, come on, we're
Huh?
a bunch of crazy people. Why would the aliens want to talk to us? They're just watching. They're entertained by us, killing each other every day.
It's the
Why they
top.
want to come? And
You believe in
interfere?
aliens?
I just don't know why there's so much space. Why wouldn't there not be?
No, I'm sure there's that. No, I'm not saying there's not other life out there.
Yeah.
But aliens, kind of, it's a fictitious thing at this point.
Have
Like,
you ever
we're
been
like,
abducted?
it's like we've never had contact with them. Like we go out in
How
space.
do you know?
Well, I mean, I guess we would have been out there. We never went out in space, and then I mean, we go out to space. We never had contact with them.
Yeah, but we haven't been. We've been in outer space, but we haven't been in outer
There's
space.
space, and then there's space. Yeah,
Like we haven't even like scratched the surface.
Like our sun, they show pictures.
Well,
of
then
our
how can we
sun.
believe in it if we don't know that it's there? It's like when people say dinosaurs existed. Okay, they probably existed, but then they give you a picture of like how dinosaurs looked, and the dinosaurs existed millions and millions and millions of years ago. So how can a human being, a scientist that lives maximum of 60, 70, 80 years, right, age, how can they say this is how the dinosaur looked a million years ago? No matter, I mean, like, to me, it doesn't make sense.
Well, it's actually pretty easy. It's the same way they recreate humans from bones. I mean, they can build a human from bones.
What do you think dinosaurs look like? You think they look like birds, or you think they look like lizards?
I cannot tell. I wasn't there a million years ago.
Don't mess with scientists.
I was not there a million years ago, so none of them scientists.
Dragons.
Yeah, it could have been. Who the hell knows what was there a million years ago?
Dragons.
That's how I look at it. It's like
Mermaids. I believe in mermaids.
Yeah. Hey, you could have been one in a former life. You never know.
I think Holly's a mermaid. No, I think she's an Amazon.
Yeah, for sure.
She's
Holly's
an Amazon.
Amazon.
She just hides her mermaid tail or whatever. Amazon. What do you mean Amazon?
Like the way she looks, like Amazon warrior, like those Amazon warriors with her hair and the way she looks is physical specimen.
She's a Wonder Woman. She's a Wonder Woman.
Could be, yeah, she could be a time traveler.
That would be dope if they could get us all up in the Wonder Woman, the sequel.
You have a cool.
Putting me out there.
You guys
Did you see that poster yesterday of Sage Northcutt playing in Creed 2, Ivan Drago's son? Did you see that?
No.
Oh my
Is
God.
it legit?
He looks literally like Ivan Drago's son.
Wow, they fixed him up
This
with a flat
bug-
top and everything.
Yeah, hold on. Man.
If he dies, he dies.
Can you pull it up on Instagram? Go to Boss Logic.
Let's do this.
Amazon.
This
All right, looking over here.
Go to Boss Logic. You know that Instagram thing? The guy that makes cool posters?
Oh, Dasbrak. Yeah, that guy's like...
Not Dasbrad, Boss Logic.
Oh.
It's another one.
If you guys can't hear the audio well, go to Jackson Wink.
Yeah, go to one of our social media pages.
JacksonWink.com.
No
You'll be able to hear the audio perfectly.
We stream it on
So,
4 different channels.
69. I put a poll up. Do you believe in aliens? 69% say yes. 23% no, and then I added.
That was quick.
Haven't been abducted yet. 8%.
No,
people that haven't got an anal probe.
Boss Logic. Try to see if it comes
Boss
up.
Logic.
Boss.
My brother, he got
Right
stationed.
there.
What is this? What is this for?
No. Look at the second poster right
Oh,
there.
okay.
This one.
Look, pull it up.
Oh yeah, he looks like
Look at this.
a young.
Dolph Lundgren, like
Yes.
Ivan Drago's son. That's what they campaigning
Yes.
right now to.
And you know who could be his girlfriend? Yana.
Yana. Oh, yeah. Oh, Holly.
Yana!
Yana. She's like
she's-
legit.
Can you zoom it in? Zoom in there.
I don't know how to
No,
zoom in.
it's right there. A. At the,
Is
all the way in
is
the
that
corner.
for real? Is that really gonna happen?
No. They're trying to. It's supposed to be. You gotta take the head off because it's on that side. Never
Oh,
mind.
jeez, we're not technical around here.
Yeah, you can't. This is way too.
There's just an X over there.
That's pretty legit. I'm down for Street Fighter,
They
Chun Li,
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Mortal
Look at
Kombat.
that. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty good, like weight class.
That
If he
does look-
dies,
that
he
does look like him.
dies.
That's
It
right.
does.
That's Sage
Again.
North, yeah,
And
I
that's
know
like,
that.
and that's Apollo Creed, man, like his son and stuff.
But you know what? Like Sage can't look that mean.
Yeah,
Sage would be smiling if that was like
Yeah.
legit.
he dies.
I didn't even
You know what's
about
crazy?
This movie. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, well, you don't remember? Like I posted on our secret group that got contacted by a casting agency that were looking for big heavyweights. They're doing for that, and I sent it to Andre, to Alistair, to all our big boys. Say, hey, go.
Yeah, Sage is
Big
definitely
boy.
he's ripped like that. They didn't have to do any makeup
Oh
or
my
anything.
gosh.
He's such a specimen.
He fought on the same card that I did when I fought Paige, because it was Paige and Sage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we're all in the back just chilling before weigh-ins, and we're just chatting it up, and we're talking about just body physiques and how everybody's bodies look different.
Here comes Sage.
Sage is like the perfect specimen.
He just walks around without a shirt on purpose. Hey guys.
And I was like, how do you get a 10-pack? He was like, I don't know, I've just been kind of eating the same thing since I was like 4 years old.
Carrots.
And I was like, well, what's that?
Spinach.
He's like basically like green drinks and protein and chicken and vegetables. And I was like, holy shit.
He hasn't seen a candy bar since the 2nd grade.
Are they allowed to go trick-or-treating?
Probably not. I mean, it's pretty scary looking like that. I mean, normal people don't look like that.
I mean, he's probably going to live till he's 200.
I see some of these guys walking around in the gym, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. Just Dan the other day is walking around with an 8-pack. Like, holy shit, man!
Dan Cooper is his wrestlers, man.
Mark, have you ever had an 8-pack?
No, I cannot admit to. Maybe a 6-pack of something. But
in the fridge.
Never an actual
In the
6-pack.
in the fridge.
Yeah,
I always ask like old time, not very old, but like veteran fighters, like the ones that've been with the team for a while. So, what do you think of the way they gym from that old place to where it's now? Like how much it changed, and what do you think of the change?
I love that it's evolved. I think change is important. Like that's, just like the seasons, it's necessary. Things have to change, things have to grow, things have to evolve. But what I love about the transition from the old gym to the new gym is that some things still remain the same.
Sure.
It still has that sweaty ball sack smell.
Why you gotta go with the balls?
It's masturbation of the balls, man. Josh, if you're listening, it's not us.
If you train, you guys,
We don't start the topic.
am I right? Like
Yeah,
if
is a
you
smell.
train, you know what I mean. If
You don't even have to train.
you
The
walk
people that just
into a
walk through
gym
here
and
smell it.
if you walk into a gym, you know it's legit by the smell. Like if it smells too clean, you're like, oh no, this is for the people that want to work out but don't really want to work out.
Yeah, but all of us have been here a few years now. You kind of acclimate yourself to that smell.
I don't smell it.
You literally don't smell it anymore.
Because it's home.
Yeah, but I remember the very first time I walked into the old gym, and you did that smell hits you as soon as you walk into the door, let alone the actual mat area.
No,
once you train most of your life, you don't like whatever.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Like on a serious note, it's really not like that bad. But there is like a certain scent in the air. There's a certain
Pungent.
there's a certain vibe.
I call this place. I like this place to call Ludus. Like Ludus, the gladiator house back in the day. Remember,
Yeah.
like you ever seen Spartacus? How they live.
I love
like,
Spartacus.
Yeah, me too. Like Ludus Magnus. Because that's like the gladiatorial house.
Yeah.
That's where they live. They bred them. They got them ready for fights, and they live. They lived by sword, died by sword, and it was their life. It's kind of
very
like
cool.
modern day Ludus right here.
Yeah.
Just the only thing is that you don't have to really kill each other. Thank God. But
Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day because I came in here when there was really nobody around, and there was a couple people in here just rolling out, hitting the bags, and I just sat down and I just kind of took it all in, thinking like, man, I've been here for over 10 years now. And I remember when I first moved out to New Mexico, at the old gym, I lived in the dorms, and every morning I would wake up by the bell, dee, 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 and that was my life.
Really, I didn't know that. You lived at the gym.
I lived in the gym for 4 months. I slept on bunk bed,
At
top
the
bunk.
Acoma location.
Top bunk next to the refrigerator.
You get to hear that hum all day.
struggle is real.
And
Look where she's at now. So all of you guys that coming in, standing in the dorms, you have a chance.
Right.
If you do
And
what
you don't even have to sleep next to the refrigerator. Just a snoring.
Yeah, you'll just sleep to other 7 dudes, man. So-
you guys, when
Talk about smells.
I lived at the gym, we had to clean up every day, mop the floors,
Tell 'em.
make sure clean the bathrooms, like.
We need some of the OGs to say that kind of stuff.
Maybe we should put
They
you
don't pay
back in the
attention.
dorms, Michelle. Would you
No,
like?
no,
Would you like?
no.
Would you like? You can help us a
No.
lot.
But
Please.
it was nice. Like I took it in. 10 years. Like I've been fighting professionally for 10 years. I took it in, and I really love this place. And I look around and I see how passionate everybody is, and
I love this place.
I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. Like I know that if I had a bad day, I could talk to somebody here.
It's just
Absolutely.
I don't even need to talk to anybody. I could
feel-
just walk in here and sit down.
Just feel good. Just absorb that the greatness that this place produces, just the vibe of this place. 'Cause I feel sometimes I feel like shit. Like, I don't want this and all. And then you get in here and you see where you're at and what you do, and you see guys like you and everything.
It's
People
actually
like,
cool.
I used to look up to, and you're like, holy shit, man.
Coming in here after hours is like on a Sunday. It's very humbling because it's dark and there's nobody around, and you're so used to seeing the chaos that goes on during the day with the people going to see Dr. Bo and everyone fighting and sparring and
blood flowing,
people
sweat,
going to the
people
store.
screaming, Diego Sanchez running around screaming.
Yes!
Yes!
Diego.
Yes!
Love
You
Diego.
wanna
Talk
hear a
about
story
OGs.
about Diego?
Yeah, let's hear it.
There's always a story about Diego.
Yeah, he's been here longer than anybody, so I'm sure there's a lot of stories that these OGs can
Jackson Wing Sanchez.
When I first moved out here, like, I really didn't know anybody, really. And I was living up in the dorms, and Diego, it was like 11 at night. Diego came in, and he comes up to the dorms, and he's like, and he's talking to everybody, and he looks at me, and he's like, do you know who I am? And I felt bad. I was like, no. And he's like, you will. And then
cool.
and then he introduces himself. He's like, I'm Diego Sanchez, and then all this stuff. And he's like, hey guys, you want to go for a run? It was 11 o'clock at night.
Oh.
And he's also...
So he hasn't changed.
He's like, sometimes I like to go for a run in the middle of the night and pretend that monsters are chasing me.
Vishal is like, no, I'll just say
Monsters, aliens are after me.
dinosaurs.
I was just like, I think I gotta get some rest.
You didn't take him up on the run?
I did not.
Oh man. He was probably so sad.
But
too.
and then there was this recently picture posted of you doing the Hill of Tears, coolest picture ever. Diego's going to be right behind him.
Yeah.
Like, how it changed.
Well, we finally clarified this whole Hill of Tears thing with Coach Wink and Coach Jackson the other day, because we always heard about the Hill of Tears, and apparently Coach Jackson has the Hill of Tears where you're running up the power lines, and Coach Wink does the Hill of Death.
Oh God, I've done them both.
Apparently, he keeps going up and up and up, whereas Coach Jackson's ends at a certain point. Wink's just, because Holly mentioned the. So I don't know why you guys say that the Hill of Tears. That's the pussy run. Holy shit, what the hell? I see people die on that thing. What do you mean? She said, no, there's the Wink run, and then there's the Hill of Tears.
Let me tell you about the
Either
Hill
one
of
is going to
Death.
kill anybody, yeah.
The Hill of Death is, you can't sprint up it. You have to like climb.
It's too dangerous. You need to bring your climbing gear with you.
You have to climb up. It's I'm not exaggerating when I say this. The first 3 sprints is not a sprint. You can't sprint up it. It's so steep and rocky. You have to climb.
Wow.
You have to climb up.
Wow.
You know.
Crazy cardio, yeah.
Yeah, and Holly had taken me up there one time, and I love Holly because she's just like, come on, let's go. Like, you can do it. Like, it's just matter of fact about it.
And when
like,
she calls you up at 11 at night and says, let's go run, at least you know there's no aliens after her.
She doesn't make it a big deal, though. She's just like, you can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can. You know, and we just go. And she doesn't, you know, if she's ahead of me, she waits for me, and then we go. And then she doesn't make it a big deal, which was but yeah, so we went sprinting, and I remember sprinting up to the top of these 2. She's like, okay, the end of the sprint is at the top of those 2 trees, and we're gonna let you go first so we can catch up to you, because you know it's sometimes you become complacent with being second place, you know. So sometimes they'll let me go first, so they have to try to catch up to me, and sometimes they'll go first, I have to try to catch up to them, just to. And so they were like, you gotta go, don't let us catch you. So I like take off, and I can hear the footsteps behind me, and I'm like, there's monsters chasing me. So I'm like,
Wink's after me. He's gonna
so
yell
I'm
at me.
just like running my ass off, and I get to the top, and I couldn't even stand. I just dropped and laid there, and I was so exhausted. I was just like rubbing my hands through the dirt, and
In my life, I see Jesus.
Exactly. It was like there. You know when you look into the sky and there's like
bright lights.
just like
Birds,
little glimmers of shimmer.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this, and I like grab some berries in my hand. I'm like, oh, look at the berries. And Holly was like, those aren't berries. It was poop.
Oh.
You know.
The show is nice today.
Well, the
Yeah,
bears do shit in the woods.
And then I was so exhausted. I was like, I don't care.
I would poop at this moment.
I just survived. Be proud of me. Well, we're not done yet. We're gonna go down.
We were not done. It was like sprint 8, and there was 2 more, and it was death.
Yeah. Everything has a purpose, I guess. Yeah, with those guys.
When Holly comes,
You have a
in
very good relationship with Holly. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys like a cool friend.
She's been there for me for everything. What I love about Holly, she's just very real. She's very genuine, and she's non-judgmental. And she doesn't like what I mean about non-judgmental. She just lets you be you.
Yeah.
Let you do you, and
it's a good description.
and the best. I pull motivation from her. I pull inspiration from her just by watching her. Even when I'm tired or when I don't want to do something in my head, I'm like, what would Holly do?
She'd go.
And then I do it.
Holly trains like 6 times a day.
She'll come in here.
She has no stopping her, man.
Yeah, because she'll come in here and say, "I want to go for a run," and nobody wants to tell Holly no. I don't feel like it because then you're going to be a pussy.
She's a workhorse.
So, yeah,
She is amazing. Yeah. So every time I think, if I'm tired or something, what would Holly do? And then I get up off my ass and then I go do it.
Good way to look at it.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
big sis.
She's been there for me. I remember when I got pregnant. After I talked to Coach Jackson about it, I called her and Noemi up. Noemi, she doesn't train here anymore, but she was also one of the OGs that would always kick my butt. And I called them and I was like, can we meet up? And Noemi, she likes to drink, so she's like, let's meet up at this bar. And I was like, okay. And obviously I can't drink because I was pregnant, so I had the pregnancy test in my purse, and the ladies get there, and Noemi's like, why aren't you drinking? And I was like, and I dug into my purse and pulled out the pregnancy test, and they were like, I knew it!
Cool.
I knew it! And, I don't know what I would have done without this place going through, pregnancy and everything.
We all love watching her around here. She's grown up in the gym. I mean, it's cool seeing her around. I mean, Diego's kid, his daughter. Your daughters hang out. They're just gonna grow up with each other now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the future generation.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's normal to her.
Harry's son is in his car.
She's like attached to the gym at
Yeah.
this point. Like,
Yeah, it's normal to them to come.
It's
to
a family, and it is.
I think Ray here is the most. Like, she's just like feels at home. For her, it's like her literally like her living room.
Mm-hmm.
And you always gotta have cash in your pocket because
She's gonna hustle you.
Yeah, I gave her money before, and I'm like, and I was trying to talk to her the other day, and she like ignores me. I'm like, oh, okay, let's see it now. Let's see how it works.
I thought we were best friends.
Yeah, no,
When you had
so
candy,
whenever I have something to give, then you're my best friend.
Aww. No. I'm gonna have to talk to her about that.
She's good. I like her.
Yeah, these Chinese candies that you're slowly taking apart over here.
I want to eat it so bad because I
Well-
used to eat these growing up.
Oh yeah?
Oh, you've heard of these?
I used to eat these growing up all the time.
Really, Holly was there that day. She ate like 10 of them in a row.
Yeah,
we
and
have this
these little
huge
rice
bag.
wrappers, these are good too. They're kind of sticky on your tongue.
See, what is that? Are you supposed to eat it?
Yeah,
We've
you
had
can.
debates about that.
You can eat it.
Greg
Is
Jackson
that
the other
attached to
day.
the candy?
It's
Is
supposed-
it poison? Is it?
No, it's just kind of like a little spacer between the wrapper and the candy, but you can eat it for sure.
Yeah,
Little rice
they
pieces.
dissolve.
Little rice pieces. Candy.
You have a lot of
sheds,
people.
It sheds on you.
Yeah.
Rabbit.
Do you have
Rabbit
peop-
candy.
Do you have people asking questions? over
Let's
there?
see. You guys, does anybody want to ask any questions here? We're live here. Flying bicycle kick.
We got questions on.
We got an update on the poll.
Uh-oh.
46% say they believe in aliens. 25% said no, and 29% say haven't been abducted. I added a second poll. Would you want the smell of the gym on a daily basis? 31% said yes. 62% said no.
Yeah, no.
And
62.
7, I had the option, yes, bottle it up. So 7% want
Sell it. Sell that Jackson
Yeah.
Lake smell.
Did you do it?
Yeah, Wink will love that.
You're right.
Let's monetize it.
Let's monetize it.
Bottle it up.
Sell the smell. People buy that. They'll pay.
I
but
swear they would. They'd be like,
Yeah, this
it
little,
smells like Michelle.
you want to work
was this
hard
Holly Day?
and
Was
break
this
a
Michelle
sweat?
Day?
Yeah, you have a bottle of Holly home.
You want to smell like you've worked hard and broke a sweat?
This could go so many dirty ways.
Booty sweat.
Michelle, you know that.
Yeah, wraps. We could sell dirty wraps, dirty all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I got John Jones reps right here.
Yeah. See? And
The jam.
they're starting to get stiff. They're getting a little stiff.
Sometimes I wish I could shower only once a day and actually wear makeup throughout the day.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's not possible.
You know, but
it's like 3-4 showers a day.
3-4 showers a day, working out 4 times a day, and just like going through laundry like crazy.
It's full,
Oh yeah,
full-time
no,
job. So.
believe me, it's
Like any job you have to do. It's like you do the same shit over every day. So every repetition of everything, like you get into it. It's just part of your daily routine, I guess. Michelle, what's your most favorite memorable moment in your career? Victor, FC, champ.
You already told us about your daughter.
Well, we know that, yeah. But I'm talking about like MMA career.
Yeah, MMA. You know, I feel like winning the belt for Invicta was huge.
That time.
We have that belt.
It was a huge memory for me because I was a huge underdog. But in my head, I wasn't. You know, in my head, I was like, what makes me the underdog? Just because I have 3 losses, but I had more fights than her, you know? And I was just really confused, and I felt like I was swimming against the current the whole time. And so it was good to come up and be victorious, you know, from that. And, you know, it was just like a huge accomplishment on my end. And
so psychologically, you think it really does affect you when the odds makers and the fans and such are calling you the underdog before it's even happened? I mean,
it can affect you if you allow it to.
Yeah.
You know?
It's gotta.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can say it doesn't, but how could it not if people are so negative around you all the time? So
well, you can use it as a crutch, but you could also use it as a motivation, you know?
How does one, like, for example, I mean, just become an MMA fighter, I guess? Like, I mean, you were a different career to a certain point, right? You've been modeling, everyone knows what you are, so you were trying to do that, right? So, yeah.
Aww.
But, and how does someone with credentials like that just say, you know what, I'm just going to go freaking get hit in the face and hit other people in the face?
I don't go in with the intention of getting hit in the face.
Well, but I'm saying, you know it's going to happen.
Yeah, because it's what I love to do. And fighting is not what I love to do. Martial arts is what I love to do.
How did it, like, brew inside of you? Like, where you just, like, you know, you're doing something else and then just, like, you know, I mean, you've been doing martial arts from how long? Like, from what age?
Since I was, like, 10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and
20 years.
At what point did you think, like, you know what, I think this is something that just going to be my life from now on, that I'm just going to go there and duke it out, whatever, and just make it my professional career?
I was going to college. I was really studious since high school. You know, I graduated top 10 of my class. I was senior class president, blah, 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 blah.
Very smart.
She's so smart.
So I thought that I had to do that. I thought I had to do step 1, step 2, step 3, go to college, get married, get the white picket fence, and, you know, have a degree and this and that. And I was going to college for a double major in theater and sports science, and I was not happy because I wasn't doing what I loved to do. And I found myself becoming very depressed, and I was lost, and I was not myself because I wasn't doing what I loved. And so then I decided to take a break from college and go to Thailand with my mom. That's where my mom's family's from. And while I was out there, I figured I'd dabble into Muay Thai because that's the motherland of Muay Thai. And so you know, martial arts has always been a passion of mine, and after I got my black belt in karate, I ventured into learning other martial arts. I did Kempo for a little bit. I learned how to do, I did Wushu. I competed in Wushu. And so I just was very curious about all the different martial arts. And so, you know, it just kind of taken me by surprise, and it was completely opposite of everything that I was used to. I was used to the more artistic side of martial arts, and Muay Thai was very raw, exactly, and it challenged me.
So we got Frank Lester over there right now chasing the same feeling.
Yeah, Frank and Mark.
We have one of our coaches, Hank, who went to Thailand, just like, I need to go.
You need to go. You need to find yourself again. For 2 weeks, they spent 2 weeks trying to correct my roundhouse because I have a karate chamber kick.
Yeah.
And and I felt so elementary in my martial arts. Here I am, a black belt, been doing martial arts for 10 years, and I felt like I didn't know anything.
Like a newbie,
Yeah. And so, and so I was like, this is amazing. And I came back and I found out that I could, pursue fighting as a career and make some money doing it, because before I was competing, and when you compete in XMA and things like that, you have to travel, that's expensive, and you have to pay for the tournaments, and so you're paying out of pocket unless you're sponsored. But even if you're sponsored, usually they're just paying for your travel and this and that. But with fighting, you could potentially make it a career. And so then eventually I want to teach, and I want to be able to say that I've been there, I've done that. Like, if I'm telling you to do this, it's because I've been there. I'm not just pulling shit out of my ass.
Teach MMA stuff, or teach, what do you mean teach?
I want to teach martial arts.
You want to be a coach?
Maybe it'd be great eventually, because, obviously, as we're growing, opportunities open up.
Well, you're kind of already doing it at least at the family gym.
I'm saying, what if we do, one day we'll have, a ladies team, or, MMA ladies team, where, we'll have, a female MMA coach.
I would love that.
Coach Michelle.
Coach Nuts.
Coach Nuts.
I would love that. And if I had time to commit to do that now, I would. But I don't. I have a career that I'm at the peak of, and I have a 6-year-old daughter and a husband that I have to take care of. And